Before we can get into this episode of the DevCast, be sure to like, subscribe, and join our community linked down below. Hello everyone and welcome to the DevCast, your weekly Roblox podcast for all Roblox-related content and personal up-close interviews and conversations with some of your favorite Roblox creators. I am your host, Dev4High, and this is my co-host, Unix Developer. Today we're here with a RoBuilder, a Roblox low-poly mesh builder and YouTuber, known for his approach in creating games for all to enjoy, while helping others through YouTube tutorials in the process. Please welcome, RoBuilder! Woo!
I gotta say, that was the first time I've been introduced, and it wasn't an exposed video. Like, this feels good.
Yeah, this is great. No, this is amazing. Yeah, we haven't had you in a long time since I kind of essentially messed up, and yeah, the audio didn't go through our last episode, but we're back, and we're here to actually redeem what we were going on about, and actually just, finish this episode for once. I just, every time I look at the DevCast trailer, I see your character avatar that I put in is dancing, and I'm like, when the heck is and I see you, and I even put footage of you and everything, and I'm like, when is RoBuilder going to be on the episode? And here we are.
This is the time.
We finally made it. We actually organized it, and we got it down and ready, so that is absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, but anyway, just to actually start off with, last time I actually heard of you, you actually got into a motorcycle accident, so I wonder...
Yeah.
I wonder if you can actually go and explain what that was all about, because I think a lot of us are quite baffled on that.
Was wild, first of all, okay? So, I was in a group ride. There was about 16 of us. Yeah, so 16 motorcycle riders. And it's like Taco Tuesday. So, every Tuesday, we meet at a dealership.
Yeah.
And then we ride to a different taco place. So, that was happening. I didn't know where we were riding. Like, I never rode in that area before. Anyways, there was some train tracks coming up, okay? This is what had happened. There were some train tracks coming up, and nobody in front of me was, like, putting their brakes on, okay? So no one was slowing down, which means, hey, no caution. I've rode over hundreds of train tracks. Easy peasy.
Oh, no.
There was a pothole in between the train tracks.
Oh.
So, yeah, I hit that. Because if I go this way, riders are going to go down. If I go this way, I'm going to hit by a car.
Oh.
So I hit that, and then right when I hit that, the bike just went like this, and I closed my eyes, okay? I just closed my eyes.
Did you flip forward? Did you actually flip forward?
No, it was low-sided, so I just turned and
you
then slid across the ground. Oh. So right when I was falling, I closed my eyes, and I slid like so long. I flipped a couple times, and I opened my eyes when I stopped, like, rolling and sliding and whatnot. And I'm like laying there on the road, like looking all weird.
Oh no!
And I open up my eyes, and this car's like hauling towards me, bro.
Oh my god!
And I'm just telling myself in my head, "You gotta get up, dude. You gotta get up, dude."
Oh
and then
my
I
god!
Kind of like just pushed myself up, and I limped a little bit over to the side of the road, and I laid back down in the grass.
Oh
and then
no!
I waited for the first responders to get there, but I didn't die, and I'm still
thank
alive,
God you're not dead.
Cool.
Thank God you're not dead. You wouldn't be here. Jesus! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I have a huge cut right here. Like, all the way from here to, like, back here.
Okay, but you didn't break anything, didn't you?
Yeah, I broke my collarbone and I had to get surgery.
Oh!
Yeah. So, like, right here was, like, fully split in half, and then this side was on top of this side.
Oh my gosh.
So it's overlapping.
Yeah, it was overlapping. So they got this big scar right here. Like, I don't know if I can...
Yeah, that is...
See when they stitch you back together again.
Yeah.
But how long did it take to recover? I mean, you should still be in pain technically, shouldn't you?
Yeah, they're actually pretty, like, I don't know. So I have a hard time judging pain. Like, I don't know. When they ask me, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your pain at? When I'm in the hospital, I can't ever say a high number because... Like, in every situation, there's always someone that's going to be in more pain or have a worse time than I am. So it's like, I don't know, what if the person beside me, like, had more pain than me, but I said a 10? Well, then I'm taking attention away from them. So I don't know, and I don't like being stagnant. So, like, even with the broken collarbone, I couldn't move this arm at all. Like, it was just like this. Like, I couldn't move or anything. No. I still never missed a day of uploading on either of my channels.
What?
Like...
Oh my gosh, that dedication.
I don't,
That's insane.
I don't like pity party myself, I guess would be the biggest thing. And I used to a lot. Because I used to think, damn, like my life sucks. You know, this is trash.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on when I was a kid. But just, I have a friend. He's like a bit older than me, but he's real wise, and he taught me like, hey, quit throwing pity parties for yourself, and things get better. So I just make the best of every situation. I didn't die, so what was to complain about?
Didn't
you
get
know?
run over by a car.
I'm moving it again.
But then you must have been in the hospital.
I was in the hospital the first few hours. I didn't spend a night or anything.
Whoa! Well, thank God, because they would have charged you on that. They would have. You think they would have?
Bro, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the bill. I'm terrified of that. Like,
no.
You should take out life insurance.
It's gonna be like, I'm guessing anywhere from like
$5,000
to $10,000.
Oh, just
$3,000 to $10,000.
I apparently heard that if you want to get an X-ray on a specific part of your body, it costs like a minimum $5,000. So like, I don't know. Did you guys?
I looked up the collarbone surgery, and they said any surgery is like, I don't remember the figures now, but it was like $10,000 to something dollars.
What?
So
I'm so
oh my
glad
gosh.
I'm wrecked. Like the first thing I said when the first responders got there, they're like, "Do you want to go to the hospital?" And I was like, "Well, I probably need to because my shoulder feels messed up."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Should we take the evidence?" I'm like, "Nah, call my mom or something. Y'all be charging too much." Like. The first thing I remember talking about is just like how expensive this is gonna be, and that sucks. Like when people get real hurt, like the first thing they have to think about is how expensive it's gonna be, or how they're gonna get the help that they need. So,
how much money am I gonna have to spend?
Yeah, that's why I do have I got my bike all fixed up almost. I think I got about $200 more that I gotta spend on the bike. But I'm not spending any money after I get this.
I literally almost, like, my heart stopped when you said that you got in a car crash. Because if I could recall, you DevX'd like 3 million Robux or something like that to actually get that motorcycle. Yeah. And then I was just thinking, oh my god, if you actually totaled the thing, if you actually totaled it.
I was real smart about it. So by no means did all of the DevX money go to one motorcycle or to one thing. You know, over half of whatever I make always goes in my savings account.
Yeah.
Like, just because taxes scare the crap out of me. Like, you never know how much it's gonna be. Like, 1 year it was 13,000, the next year it was 6,000. Like, you never know. So I mean, I'm doing okay. But I think this surgery's about to like cut my savings like almost to nothing. So we'll have to wait and see about that one. But I'm okay, and the bike's almost okay. So I think we're doing all right.
I take it you got insurance on the bike.
No.
No.
Oh no.
I do have insurance on the bike, but like, I didn't file a claim. It was nobody's fault.
Oh.
So like,
if it's nobody's fault, then.
Yeah, but I know someone who's crashed a bike and has got the insurance to pay for it.
I don't have full coverage.
Oh no. That's why.
So, but I didn't want to. No. Even if I did, I mean, what am I gonna say? I hit a pothole.
No.
Fix my bike.
They pay out.
Yeah, but then your insurance rates go up.
That's true.
Yeah, but I know someone who's
Yeah,
but I know someone who's crashed a bike, but then it was $6,000 worth, and it was more cheaper for them to fix it.
But then
for them to get a new bike.
If you don't have full coverage on your motorcycle, then what are you actually paying for coverage for?
Just because it's against the law to not have it.
What? What type of law is that?
No. Cars
you can't drive without insurance.
You need road tax and car insurance. That's all you need. Yeah.
But that's kind of funny because if it ends up being useless anyway, what is the whole point of even?
It's not useless. It's mainly for building up your no claims bonus and crap. And if you crash into someone else,
that makes sense.
You've got an insurance to then pay out that person for you crashing into them.
That's wild.
That's what
I find that ridiculous. I'm scared to get insurance now.
I've got a car and I've got insurance and not tax. When I look at the figures, it just annoys me.
Yeah, they try to.
Insurance is like one of them things, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then they don't want to help you when you do need the help. Like, they always, try to figure out how to avoid it, or like a loophole in their contract or whatever.
Yeah. They try to scam you in like every way possible, like almost like they make you pay for certain things and you end up paying way more than you should. Like it's always some sort of thing.
The people who are in the claims area, They don't. They're
Yeah.
trying to decipher: are you genuine or not?
Yeah.
And them making that call is pretty hard. So.
Yeah. Like, hey, should we help this guy? Nah. Nah.
Just ditch
Why
out.
would we help that guy?
Oh, that's wild. Yeah. Nah, it's
Yeah.
no. I'm actually terrified to actually get in an accident ever in my life now because
No, it's not. Like, the worst part about getting into an accident is either dying,
yeah.
killing somebody,
Your
or
insurance
the
premium.
fat bills.
Yeah, the fat
Yeah,
bills,
the
yeah.
fat
man.
bills. Your
Even
insurance
if insurance
premium.
covers everything for you, your premium's gonna go up. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay
Yeah.
them more every month.
Yeah.
So it's tragic, man. It is. But
That's
it's all
why, even if you do crash, if you can avoid the insurance, you can do in some cases.
Yeah.
Like you just pay them off. There you go.
good. Yeah.
But it-
You're
like-
a driver.
Like say you rear end someone, okay? And
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
a dent, like give them a couple $100 and be like, hey, keep it on the low key.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like a lot of times they will
Happens.
because nobody wants to deal with insurance companies.
That's true.
And we can fix it ourselves. Like if I gotta go buy a new bumper or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But nobody
Okay.
wants to deal with insurance companies at all. It's just
Yeah.
ugly.
They are sticky. You know what?
Hey,
This-
don't take my advice as legal advice by any means. Anyone watching this?
Yeah. You know what?
Same about mine.
This actually, I think this is a great way to segue into something. So I remember the last time we were on a podcast episode with you, you said you had a job at McDonald's, right? Were there any like premiums that you got from like doing that type of job, or because we also
No.
know someone who has a job at McDonald's?
So this was a long time ago, years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'd say 4 to 5 years ago when I was
Yeah.
at McDonald's. At that time, like, I mean, minimum wage is what you got paid pretty much. I mean, now you can go to a McDonald's and get $14 an hour. Like,
Oh, that's
nuts.
awesome. At least you could
Benefits,
get
like,
$14. Yeah, it's usually $7.
But,
The minimum wage in America is $7, I think. at the
yeah,
moment.
but I mean, everything's going up right now, mainly because of the employment shortage and like everything
Yeah.
like that. Just nobody wants to work because the government's just giving so much free money away. Which,
Yeah, clearly.
isn't- I
Yeah, but
I don't. No, let's. We shouldn't get into
But
that one too deep.
yeah, but like you know, I just wanted to get what is that whole experience like because you know,
Which
I don't
one?
you know, just working at McDonald's in general for you, like it just
Oh.
must be quite interesting.
Yeah, it was all right. Just made some
Yeah,
burgers.
all right.
Oh,
Yeah, all right.
I burnt to crisp. So you put 16 patties down at a time onto
Oh.
a thing, and then you pull the grill down.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if the timer. This was a long time ago. I didn't know if the timer didn't set or if I just forgot to look. But I pulled that thing up, and they're like this big.
Yeah.
Bro, I threw them away so fast so no one would see.
Oh no.
I'd say the worst thing about working in fast food is emptying the grease traps, though.
Oh
They're
yeah.
heavy.
Oh
they're
yeah.
hot. They're gross. It's just a lot, and then you gotta dump
Yeah.
them into this little tiny thing. At least where I worked, it was not a fun experience at all. Just
So
10
you-
out of 10 would not recommend.
You didn't work like a till position or anything. You just worked in the kitchen. You were like a chef. You were cooking.
Yeah, I actually had like I was a, I guess co-chef at a decent restaurant. It's
Oh.
called Perkins, and that
Okay.
was cool. I mean, by no means can I cook. We still just heated everything up.
But in a microwave, finger food.
Yes, it's
No.
wild. It's wild. This is like I mean, not upper class, but it's not fast food, and it was still wild. Everything just pre-bagged and
Oh, that's quite weird.
Ugh.
I
I
don't.
never ate there, bro. But
I wouldn't feel comfortable if
Probably
my
didn't, knowing that.
I wouldn't feel comfortable knowing that
Bro.
my food's microwaved. And not
a
actually
lot
like.
of it was.
Oh,
a lot of
gosh.
it was like,
Ah. It must suck to
not
work at
great.
restaurants sometimes because I know that like just sometimes like some restaurants and even like giant brands of like shopping like I mean not malls, I don't know what they call them, grocery stores, they throw out a lot of stuff. Like if they don't
Yeah.
and I think that's it's like one of the very
the amount of
dark
McDonald's
sides.
fries that get thrown away every day is ridiculous.
What? Did
Like,
they
get
throw?
a 5-gallon bucket, like
Oh no!
just filled with fries.
Oh
It's
no,
nuts.
man! Why? What the hell? I would eat those.
Yeah, but it
You
makes
don't want no
sense
cold
because they go out
fries.
today.
Oh yeah, cold fries.
Food
Oh,
has-
they're terrible. Oh, cold.
Exactly.
Oh.
So you gotta throw them away. You gotta throw them away.
No, McDonald's like fries are literally engineered to be like the worst when they get cold. Like it's like they're genetically designed to taste awful once they get cold. It's just really awful.
I think any French fry when it gets cold is just bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, don't talk to me, French fries. I don't want you anymore.
Yeah. Now, French fries, yeah, they taste terrible when they're just cold, and I don't think anyone. Yeah, especially when they're soggy and wet and. Ugh.
I'm leaving those.
Nah.
And then the McDonald's employees love chucking a ton of salt on top.
Yeah. Here's the trick. Here's the trick, fellas and fillets. Ask for your French fries with no salt. They have to make them fresh then.
All right.
And then yeah, they have to make them fresh then.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I've never went this far, okay? But if you wanted to, you could. They would just severely have a disliking towards you. Ask for a salt packet when you get to the window.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Then, I mean, hey, if they spit in your food, though, that's your own fault. You shouldn't ask.
Yeah.
Ask for no salt.
All right. Well, you know what? Back to Roblox world. We should actually go back into the Roblox world because, you know, we haven't seen you in quite a long time. But what have you been doing on Roblox recently? And what's been going on with the YouTube channel? What's been going on? Yeah, it's been a while.
I've been daily uploading on both my channels. So that's cool.
Despite the crash.
Yeah. I did work through it, man.
It must have been really hard.
I didn't miss a day. I think I missed a day 2 days ago just because we were switching studio and like I was trying to build this all out and everything like that. But I didn't miss a day from the crash. So that was real cool. Yeah. I'm working on 2 Roblox games right now. So that's going to be cool. One of them. Yeah.
Okay.
It was high hopes.
Okay.
And then the programmer I'm working with is just not exactly up to par with work ethic.
Yeah.
But the other game, I found a new programmer for this other game, and he's 18 plus, which is awesome. I'm finally working with some adults.
Yeah, an actual adult. Yeah.
I actually almost got kind of canceled the other day.
Oh no.
I tweeted something like an 18 plus dev team is a whole new experience.
What?
And I said my old dev team was buying Nerf guns. My new dev team wants to buy houses.
Oh my gosh! What a flex!
And then a lot of people were like, they tagged a bunch of young developers. These guys are so good and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yo, no doubt. Like, there's thousands of young
developers
developers that are billions times better than I am.
That doesn't make any sense.
But just because they're better than me, that doesn't mean our goals align at all. So
no, they don't.
That's why I was hyped to get an adult dev team.
All you've done is that you've mentioned that they buy different things. You've not said they're bad. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's so many reasons. I don't got nothing against minor developers.
Exactly.
They're living their own life. Doing
line.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, if you're my programmer and you're 15 and you get an F in school and your mom grounds you, and the update for our game can't come out for a month because you're grounded, now you can't buy, whatever you want to buy.
Nerf
I can't
gun toy.
Who's really losing here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just one of those things. I want to start working with like adults like myself, and just because it's like kind of weird to that. Hey, how was your day at school? Like, bro, I'm not your dad. Like, I'm not your dad. Like, bro, we try it out here.
Wild stuff. Yeah, I mean, working with Roblox developers is actually quite tricky, especially you know what most young developers actually don't do is they don't learn to create a contract and how to sign a contract or make a contract. Most of it's just whatever goes, these days. It's like no one's organized.
That's definitely another thing. They can't. Like, as an adult, I can't ask a minor to sign this contract.
Yeah.
So, like, their parents would have to be involved. And then, of course, parents already are sketched about the whole, how are you making money on Roblox, And they're like, who's this guy? What are you signing a contract for? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just, I'm just saying. I'm going to start working with
older
adults. At least for long-term work. And,
yeah.
And yeah, you just keep it a lot more fresh. Trying to stay out of the drama side of things, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Yeah, this, you know, and comes down to signing NDAs and like, man, you got to really keep your mouth shut sometimes. And yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure for kids because, you know, to not give in to that, you know, that need to tell someone because you know how kids are. You know, they're gonna.
I think a lot of the times, and this by no means is this every kid or every like developer, but a lot of the times they'll start something because they'll see that figure you're throwing at them. Say like, "Hey, I'll give you $2,500 to help me make this game," and they see that figure and they're like, "Yo, this is so much money! I'm about to go get a new Xbox 5." And like once that workload comes on, you know, then they're like, "Nah, I can't. I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I can't do this." And then they'll like procrastinate it. And that's not just kids. That's any developer. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Any developer. So
that's true.
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of hard to...
But kids come in at first more enthusiastically than adults.
Yes.
They're at least a bit more spirited.
What they're about to work with.
Yeah. And like the kids, they don't until the last second. Realize.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't tell me math was going to be involved in scripting this game.
Was like, but math is almost in every game. It just needs, you know, it's like a requirement. If you don't know how to do basic mathematics, you can't script a game. You just can't. Like, unless you make an obby, I mean, it's like the lowest brain cell game you could really make.
At all. I've tried.
Welcome to the club.
I'm gonna stick to hiring people. I'm gonna just learn how to build better and just try to be A1 on my side of the fence.
Yeah. You know what?
Someone be A1 on their side of the fence.
I got an interesting conversation, like that we can talk about next time right now. Well, I'm just saying, yeah, because we're actually just going to go into a short break, but I think we can continue this discussion. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, everyone, we're just going to take a short break real quick. All right, everyone. Yeah, we are back, and so far, yeah.
Hold on, this is about to be a deep topic, so I'm gonna just.
Yeah, it's going to be a very deep topic. So one thing I actually wanted to discuss was, you know, as you know, Unix and I, as well as yourself, we are all Roblox builders, and of course, we don't really specialize in scripting. We're not, you know, scripting specialists. We don't.
We suck at it.
Yeah, we really suck at scripting. Like, we're terrible. Like, we can't make a game. We can't script a game necessarily to probably save our lives, but we could maybe scrap up whatever we can to necessarily make things work. And of course, that's what leadership is all about, and that's what management is all about. But now, of course, I think both of you guys recognize that there's some sort of wall that's blocking almost every builder on the platform, and that is, of course, trying to get a scripter. So, how would you guys both say that we go about this?
Oh, man, this one's deep.
It is really deep.
I've been whacked so many times by programmers. I think the trouble we run into is, like, programmers... Oh, this is going to sound like generalizing them, but you know, looking for the biggest bag. And not necessarily looking for innovation, and that's not just programmers; that's builders as well. Sometimes, But at least what I have found is, you know, what's the fastest game I can make? For example, like a clicker game. Yeah. What's the fastest thing I can help with for the biggest amount of profit? Which is business. Cool on them, but that's also why Roblox is not evolving at all. It's you know, once something works, that template, boom, 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 20 games. They're not really. No scripters looking for a builder. I put it that way.
Yeah, I've never. Right. I mean, it's quite rare. You know what? It does happen, but you would probably find it in the very dark corners of the dev forums, or some like one person with like 5 followers who's a scripter on Twitter or something like that. And I'm saying.
And then how do you know? This is my problem. And then how do you know? We're so obsessed with these counts, like if someone comes up to me and has, you know, 2 followers and says, I'm a programmer, I've never released a game before. How do I know that they're okay to work with?
You know what?
But if I could give one tip to anyone watching this video, if you're like just starting out and you want to be a developer and you're picking what you want to do, script or build, pick scripting.
Yeah, please.
There's
a
whole toolbox. Like, scripters do not need us. There's free modeled games that make it to the front page and get millions of dollars.
Yeah.
There's like, scripters do not need builders at all. So that's another thing. Like, we can't just go into the toolbox and say, working full game. Like, we can't do that.
Yeah.
But a scripter doesn't need us at all. So I think
Yeah.
that's another like kind of a wall. Like, hey, why would I pay someone or give someone 1% of my profits if I can just free model something real quick and
I
I'll
think
be all right?
the major skill scripters will need is just modeling. If you can model, you can make anything.
No.
You can do anything. You can script anything, and you can make it work. If you can model and
I
script.
disagree with that.
What? What are you
slightly,
talking about?
Because I've seen games I'm not going to mention, because they know who they are, which they literally script the whole game, and then they get a bunch of free models, just like you were saying, RoBuilder, and then they literally put it together, and you can see there's no studs. Even some Roblox events were like this. There is no studs in how anything's played.
I mean,
and because all the scripts work, the game is playable, and then everyone plays the game and is active. Because the scripts run. At the end of the day, if the scripts run,
I just found the scripter. Or I don't even know. Like, some people be like, "Don't call me a scripter. Like, I prefer programmer." Or
it's like
I don't know.
it's like the same
But
thing.
I just found someone on Twitter, and like I think they had a lower following count.
Yeah.
But they're 21, and they seem to actually want to grind out some stuff and make some money. So, like, we're running with it. We started the game literally 2 nights ago, and
oh my gosh.
ridiculous progress. Like, I'll show it to you guys off camera because it's a new
All right.
idea.
We'll take a look at that.
It's an old gameplay like loop,
Yeah.
but a new spin on it. We'll say it like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every game on Roblox. I mean, let's be honest. Every game on Roblox is somewhat a copy of something. There's no such thing as originality on the platform
100%.
at all. Like
Especially because Roblox does not reward originality.
No, unfortunately not.
You have
that's just how the algorithm kind of is.
Or recommended. Like, recommended is like, okay, you liked Tapping Simulator. Come play Clicking Legends, Clicking Simulator.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah.
And there's not like a tab that says, hey, maybe like a top innovation tab, or just a tab called innovation.
Yeah.
Where there's all like new gameplay loops, maybe even new build styles, like just new. And that would really bring the platform up a lot, I think.
One of the biggest frustrations as well, and I'm going to talk about this right now, is that, of course, if you want to be successful on Roblox, it also requires your own monetization of your own money to fund your own project. You could be the best developer on the whole entire platform, but if you don't have any money or anything to run ads off to begin with, you're kind of stuck. Like, you have to spend money to get money, and I think that's the whole dynamic. False? What? What? RoBuilder, how dare you?
I think you watched that video that says Roblox is exploiting kids.
Oh, well, we did, but, I mean, we did have counter-arguments to it, but I didn't even remember that was a point, apparently, if that is.
There was a point in there. My whole thing is I can get a game from 0 players to 10,000 players.
Okay, you're right in a sense.
Free.
You're right in a sense.
You're about to say, oh, it's because you're a YouTuber. Wait.
No, it's nothing to do with YouTube. But
Bro,
anyway, you can continue, yeah.
You gotta hit up people that do have platforms. And you don't need to offer them money. You need something good for them to have. So, in my games, I usually make an admin panel, alright? And then I'll hit up, like, the biggest people who play that genre of games. So, mostly simulators. I hit up Russo, Tofu.
Yes, you're right.
Like, hey, guys, I'll give you whole access to this admin panel if you just make a video and link my game in the description. And then, boom, there's players.
Okay.
And then that player base will give you Robux to fund whatever else.
I don't, you see, here's the problem. This is, I don't think you're understanding the people who I'm essentially referring to. And those people are like people who are completely new to the platform. They've never interacted with a person in their life. They've just came onto the platform now. You at least have to maybe know Roblox for maybe 1 or 2 years to at least kind of get a grasp on things. Any person coming to the platform, that's why there's a lot of companies that are actually making certain games and they're literally flopping because half of them don't even know what they're doing because they don't understand how the whole ecosystem works.
For not doing the research. That's like saying I'm going to go open a t-shirt business.
I don't even know what research there even is on Roblox. Like half of all the developers don't even know what's even going on half of the time with the economy. Like, and most developers often just follow their heart and they follow the statistics of their game, and that's it. You know, that's like
all it is.
I can't
if you
think
wanna
of
be
any other
successful on
advice. I mean,
Roblox, there's it's such a contrasting thing because I live by two things. Okay,
yeah,
I have this mindset of this works, so do it.
yeah,
All right, we see 10 games popping off, spin off of that.
yeah,
And then my other mindset is you're limited by the person you're mimicking. So if I'm trying so hard to copy somebody, how can I be above them? How can I make more than them?
yeah.
So that's really like two contrasting sides of an argument, but I live by both of them, and I guess it just depends what situation I'm in.
Mm. Yeah,
It's tough.
Roblox is one of the most fascinating platforms ever. I feel like there's a lot of walls and a lot of loopholes. Like you kind of just have to find your way in a way. Like there are some markets that you can take advantage of that no one's taken advantage of before, and you know there's a lot of walls. For example, simulators. It's like the toughest market to get into. You know, if you make any average simulator, you gotta make it as interesting as possible and as fluent as possible. You know, and more entertaining.
Addictive.
Yeah, and you have to. Yeah, it's all
Here's
about which
something that's
simulator's
wild.
more addictive than others. Yeah.
I've been thinking about this a lot recently, all right? Because my girlfriend's wanting to start working from home. all
Yeah.
right? And she's wanting to be like a writer and an artist.
Yeah.
All right? And it's like, this works for everything. You don't need to have skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
In anything, you need to know how to market it. There's people that sell really, really bad artwork. in
Yeah.
my perspective, it might be great to someone else.
Yeah.
But you know, it looks pretty.
Yeah. Like slapping
But
a
they're
banana
making
on
a
a
lot of-
wall.
Because they know how to market it. You can make a really crappy simulator, and if you get the right eyes on it, everyone's gonna play it. I mean, there's whole simulators that have been free modeled on the front page, and they've made plenty of money. There's what was that? The superhero
Yeah.
fighting sim.
They're
That
literally
whole map was
superhero fighting simulator. The whole entire map is literally like of like I don't know. It was an old game that someone essentially made, and yeah, they just stole the whole entire map and just used
and
it.
they got very wealthy off it. Like it probably
Crazy.
still has thousands of players.
But now
Like, you
here's
don't need
there's
to
actually an
know how
argument
to do
here.
anything.
Is that I think one of the most biggest frustrating things for developers is I think a lot of people come to the wall of simplicity. You know, as human beings, we have the urge to constantly improve things, right? But you know, I think in the case of when it comes to making a simple, fun game to play, you actually have to shut that version of your brain and try and make it as simple and as easy to understand as possible. If you overbuild in your game, like kids can only process so much. You know what I'm saying? They need simple colors to somewhat function. And if you overbuild in your game, you can actually kind of ruin that experience. And a lot of people, and that also comes down to the design of your game, what causes friction. I remember in RDC all the time, they used to talk about friction and what causes friction. Like they say, if you just put a bunch of dialogue in the front of your game, people are going to quit. Like people don't want to read.
Oh,
No one wants to
I
read.
hate reading.
Yeah, I hate reading as well.
I'm 23 and I still don't want to read a bunch of dialogue. I literally didn't play a game one time. And I'm old. Like I'm a whole adult. I exited this game because it was just like next. Give me a skip button. I don't need a tutorial. I'll figure it out. Like, I don't like reading, bro. All these.
Yeah.
If you have a tutorial, it needs to be a walkthrough. Like arrows on the ground and you walk to it.
Yeah.
Like some sort of like I'm playing the game, not reading a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
Like, I'd be sad sometimes when I get a bunch of dialogue.
Yeah. You know what? The only time I actually would read dialogue, I will be honest with you. I remember that you and I think probably both knew that this game existed, but it's not on the platform anymore. I remember, if you could remember, a game called Pokemon Brick Bronze, and that was a game on the platform. That was like the only time I ever read. And the story was at least interesting. It was a really amazing game, really well polished and everything. But that's the only time I ever read, and then I don't know, I can't ever remember ever since.
Maybe it's because I don't like reading still. But when Lumion Legacy first came out, everyone on YouTube was hopping on it. Everyone was telling me to. I hated it because I had to read so much.
Yeah.
I never even left like the first tutorial of it. I don't.
Yeah.
And that's just me. I don't like maybe story games. Like I don't want to have to know their whole storyline. And partially because I'm dyslexic. If I read a page in a book, I'll read a paragraph, and then when I'm reading the next one, I have no idea what the last one was. Like, I don't comprehend anything.
I'm under that category as well.
So it's like, bro, I'm not gonna remember this. When update 29 comes out, how am I supposed to remember where the pig got a book from? I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's quite interesting.
I only remember things I really care about. Otherwise, it just goes in one ear, out the other.
Straight up.
You know, there's actually one game that absolutely fascinates me the most, and that is from Minitoon. How he has such a huge audience and how he connects that with his game and the whole entire story. I've never seen an audience care so much about a story before. It's amazing.
But there's no animation though. Literally,
last
time.
Yeah, he is a genius.
But his game is so bad.
But listen, that's my whole point. Look, you're about to get crapped on online for saying Piggy's bad.
I know. But
yeah, Unix, you're about to get cancelled right now.
Build quality. Build quality.
Since we're saying, that was my other point. If you're a scripter, you don't need a builder, bro.
But you guys are both forgetting the whole entire point of Piggy was it to be a prototype for a thing to chase you. Of course, the build quality was not supposed to be as good. So I mean,
that they had on it.
Minitoon is
I can tell you right now,
more devs need to be like.
I'm gonna defend us all. I've seen worse games than Piggy. I've seen worse looking games than Piggy, and they've been more and been just as successful.
Yeah, but those games
are
in
Can you name one? Can you name one?
It was just underneath it. Yes, Ninja Legends.
Minigame. Those minigame.
Ninja Legends was a very successful
2 to 3
game.
years ago.
I wouldn't necessarily call it the best.
3 years ago, they were on the platform. These minigame hubs where it spawned a really terrible map, and you do like a crappy obby or something. Right?
Yeah.
Or dodge the ball and that, and they were even worse than that. And they didn't even use any stats. All it did was use a cheap regeneration script to load different maps.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I said,
can we jump into Ninja Legends for a second?
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm still curious about this. Ninja Legends 2, all right? The build quality was amazing. Everything had its own beams, particles, animations. Like the game took some time to make.
Yeah.
He updated it once or twice. And then recently, as of like a week ago, he updated the first Ninja Legends again. Now, the second one had gotten a ton of players, a ton of money. Why did he dip on it?
Oh, shucks. Oh, yeah, this kind of reminds...
He worked too hard for it to be a cash grab. Like, if you look at it, it's incredible.
It's a really you know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of the exact same story with, like, Pet Simulator 2. And how that went crashing and burning into flames. And, like, the
Pet Simulator 2 sucked.
Yeah.
You had
the gameplay sucked.
It was a clicking simulator at the same time. The actual Pet Simulator. It was like 2
Yeah, Unix and I actually went back on Pet Simulator 2, and we were just seeing what went wrong, and then we just saw so many things went wrong. We were like, oh no.
This is a prime example of why building doesn't matter. In Pet Simulator 2, they didn't focus on the gameplay. They focused on how it looked.
You could definitely tell, yeah.
And no one cared. Like, what the first day, oh, this looks cool. Any day after that, bro, this gameplay sucks.
But you know what?
And now that we have Simulator X, it's back to that same strip map.
But yeah, but then it goes. It's like a combination of the two, which I think was the smartest idea. I think his name is Gavin. No, it's Preston. I think it's the smartest idea Preston ever made because what you're doing is you're getting everyone into the classical game and then you're shifting it and it slowly shifts straight into the new version and then everyone gets used to the new version. I think Pet Simulator 2 was just such a wake up call for everyone. It was like, whoa, this is like way different. Like I gotta click things now.
You need to focus on gameplay.
Yeah.
Like
it's more about how seamless your game is.
Satisfaction.
I think I think there's one principle that I think we can essentially say when it comes to games on Roblox. Depending on how the market is at the current moment. If you join a game, and in 5 seconds, if you don't know what to do, you kind of failed. Like you don't know what if the player does not know what to do within at least 5 or 10 seconds. Like I think you've failed. Like I think it should be a seamless process. Your players should see the process happening in front of them, and then they just go at it, and then just continues forward.
Know what's wild?
And I think Pet Simulator X is a great example of that.
I don't know if anyone did this too, but every game that I don't like when I first play it turns out being my favorite game after I go back and actually give it a good chance.
Yeah.
This happened with like the first Pet Simulator.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I was like, bro, this is trash. And I don't know, I played it again one day, and now I have 150 videos on Pet Simulator 1.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if I hate the game when I first start playing it,
I hate it,
I
you love it.
usually end up loving it.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, and just in terms of like the sheer scale of games and stuff like that, I think we can also, you know, I think this is also one topic to also introduce is, you know, I don't think a lot of people want to admit this, but like, I don't know if you guys can agree, but would you guys say this is, okay, well, I mean, I don't know if it's really true. I mean, it's actually a hard thing to talk about, but
Spit it out, brother.
Do you guys firmly believe there is certainly favoritism in terms of front page games compared to everything else?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is no debate.
Yes.
Well, I find that quite
There's
interesting.
favoritism in every single aspect of Roblox, no matter what it is. If it's UGC, and hate me for this, but UGC creators can upload stuff that Star creators cannot upload on the catalog. There's plenty. I'm not even going into it fully, but there's plenty of proof. Look it up.
Okay.
And then, but on the flip note of that, Star creators get to upload UGCs.
All right.
That it's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. But do we deserve to? No.
No.
Most Star creators are not builders and modelers.
Oh wait! You're
Like,
actually bringing
I am.
You're actually bringing everything into actually something quite interesting, because now you said there's certain things that Star creators shouldn't necessarily have, right? Because it's just completely unnecessary. So wait, I just want to ask, do Star creators actually attend RDC, for example? Because I remember that was a thing. YouTubers, I think there was a time where YouTubers actually
never gotten an invitation. And I'm a builder and a Star creator, so I doubt it. I think if they were like a huge creator and they really wanted to, Roblox would probably let them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think Star creators shouldn't have access to UGC because most of us don't build or model ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many modelers that are in line for that.
I think it's more of a brand connection thing, like to have, because now 3D clothing is also going to be rolling out, and I think that's going to also be like I think YouTubers and stuff like that are going to probably like create their own 3D clothing and merch and stuff like that. I think that's maybe to do with that
which all
connection,
of those
probably
buy other people to do it for them and then upload it on their behalf on UGC.
Yeah, some people actually.
That's what I find the most biggest shame about UGC is that the creation that you're buying. If some creators, you're buying not that creator's work, someone else's work that person's bought, and it's like an investment that's negative. Well, it's not really a problem, but what I say is that I feel bad for that modeler, because that modeler loses out.
That modeler agreed.
Yeah,
so
he agreed. He
Roblox,
agreed.
like...
Yes. I mean, it's stupid that the modeler agreed. I do agree with that. But in an ideal world, which unfortunately this doesn't come under, if that modeler actually made the creation and was on his profile and actually was selling it, he would make more money than doing that $100 down payment, and then that other creator makes tons.
All right.
So say I go up to you, all right, and I'm like, hey, I need my shed built. Okay, I need you to build my shed. All right, and you're like, cool. It's gonna be $300. And then I go up to Dev for Hire, and I'm like, hey, can you build my shed? And he says it's gonna be $200.
Yeah.
I'm hiring him.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Go eat a bag of bricks, like.
It's all about your quality for the amount of money that you get. I mean, I remember. I think I was gonna commission someone, for example. Yeah, I was going to commission... I mean, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of people have been increasing their prices recently. And I wouldn't say some people are deserving of that. I mean, I've seen some content which is all right, but I don't think you have to pay like $200 for that certain logo, for example. I get that there's this new culture is don't underprice. It's like, okay, but I don't think you should overprice either. I think you should, find your talent and understand that your talent is limited. I think
it's workload, man.
Yeah, or that as well,
I charge $200 a logo. And 200 people are trying to order a logo. Well, then I'm gonna charge 500 because I can't do 200 logos. Yeah. So if I charge 500, not as many people are spamming me. Where's my logo? I need a logo. It's gonna be less people, but the bigger price. So I think it all evens out. Like for example, if you're just starting, I saw this guy on Twitter today. Logos are incredible. $3 a logo.
$3?
And
What?
$3. And
There
I'll
you
show
go.
you guys.
Bingo.
There you go. That's wild.
And it was $3 a logo.
Yeah.
Does he deserve more?
Hmm.
Yes. He could probably charge 40, 50 a logo. But
Yeah,
no one
Yeah,
knows it
yeah.
yet. So,
Alright.
you know, you got to start low to get the commissions. And then when more people are rolling in, you raise the prices. And it's kind of a continual cycle. Like
Yeah.
Soft GB.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I know what
agree.
you mean.
Soft GB. His prices have gotten pretty high. And I personally think his old work was better.
Yeah. Oh
do.
gosh.
Um,
Yeah.
You know, it seems...
I know what you mean.
I'm not hating on him. Get the bag.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
seems like, you know, now he's charging more and then just trying to
Yeah.
get something out real quick. Like, here's your
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure there's a lot of artists that I've seen do that.
It's kind of tough.
And it is quite a strange thing, but yeah, I'm sorry to inform you guys, but yeah, the podcast has come to an end. We've already
I demand a part 2.
demanded part 2. Well, we wouldn't mind doing that because we've got plenty to talk about. Yeah, because
100%.
we've missed out so
So
much.
much.
There's genuinely so much to talk about, but
So much.
yeah. Okay, but yeah, thank you guys for all tuning into the DevCast, and yeah, we're gonna see you guys all next week. Cheers.